Well, here it comes, folks. These are the top 5 tips I have for dealing with a Chromebook that most people don't know about. Okay, so the first neat little trick that I'm going to show you today is dealing with your tabs here to break them up into separate windows. I can simply take this tab that I'm currently working on, and if I click it and drag it down, it pulls it away and creates it as a brand new window. So now if I minimize this, you can see that I have my other tab in a separate window altogether. Now if I minimize both of these, I have these sort of small on my screen now. There's a couple of things that I can do in an effort to multitask here. If I drag this one over and I actually touch the edge of the window, you can see the sort of shadow that comes up. And if I unclick that, it locks it into that half of the screen. Now I can go ahead and do that to this other side as well. And this one here has gotten skinnier so that I can have 3 separate windows open, or I could literally like drag this across to make it go half and half. This can also be done on the keyboard as well. So if I select this tab here, by pressing on the keyboard Alt and then the bracket, we can lock it in halfway. So again, either way that you wanted to do that with the mouse to click and drag to the side, or Alt and brackets will move it across from side to side. That way you can have multiple things open and multitask while you're working on things. Let me maximize this window to show you our next little trick. This one is absolutely awesome. Keyboard, Ctrl plus F. I want you to notice that there's a little box that's shown up here. What this is a search bar that I can search text on a web page. So let's say, for example, I type in mastery. And if we scroll up a little bit, you can see right here that mastery has been highlighted. Now, something to note about this, though, is it does not search images. It searches plain text. As you can see clearly above it, it says Mastery Manager. And because this is an image, it is not able to locate this. But this here, as plain text, it is able to identify and find it. If we bring that all the way back to just the letter M, look at what happens there. Okay, so a search window can be open for any web page, and it will literally search any plain text that's in that web page. Neat little trick. All right, so now let's talk about our systems and display. If you would like to access the files that are located on your Chromebook quickly and easily, keyboard shortcut, Alt, Shift, and M. And what this is going to do then, it's going to open up our Files app. It's things that are stored locally on the device. So if you need to access screenshots you've taken or any other files that you've downloaded to this, that keyboard shortcut is called Alt-Shift-M, and it opens up the Files app. Here's another good one for you. Did you ever find it where you had to walk away from your Chromebook for a few minutes and you didn't want to leave it unattended? Keyboard shortcut is Ctrl-Shift-L. And I have now just locked my screen. What's crazy about that, though, you see my locked screen, but I know you can still see me. How's it going? My screen is locked. Nobody can mess with this if I walk away from it. Well, let's sign back in. Again, give you the last tip. So here's the last tip, and it is a bit meta. That's right, M-E-T-A. It's a bit meta. The keyboard shortcut is Control, Alt, and the question mark. Now you can see on the screen it brings up a keyboard. In fact, what this one does, this keyboard shortcut gives you access to all keyboard shortcuts. I'm currently pressing the Shift button down. You can see that button is highlighted on the keyboard here, and then it highlights what that button will do in combination with other buttons when they're pressed. If I press Control, look at all of the different keyboard shortcuts that I can access by pressing the Control button or the Alt button. And when you're sick of looking at these keyboard shortcuts, you can press Escape and it will take that all away. And there it was. My top 5 tips on dealing with Chromebooks that most people don't know about. How to set up your windows to be able to multitask, how to search through plain text on web pages, how to open up the Files app quickly and easily, how to lock your screen if you've ever got to walk away from it, and of course, how to access all keyboard shortcuts. I hope that helps you in dealing with your Chromebooks. Thank you for joining me.